Hello everyone, I am Meghna Verma and today we are going to learn about the Kruskal's algorithm. So Kruskal's algorithm is the method of finding the minimum cost spanning tree of the given graph. A minimum cost spanning tree is nothing but the spanning tree in which the total weight of all the edges in the tree is as small as possible. So we can use the Kruskal's algorithm to find the minimum spanning tree. In Kruskal's algorithm, the edges are to be added in spanning tree in increasing order of cost. It means first of all we have to add the edge with the minimum cost and then we have to add the remaining edges in increasing order of their cost. If any edge E forms a cycle in the spanning tree, then it is discarded. So we have to take care that a cycle is not formed in the spanning tree. Now a cycle can be formed if there is an edge between edge AB and edge AC. So if there is an edge between vertices BC, so it will form a cycle. So in that case we have to discard the edge BC. Now we will see the steps which are to be followed while forming the minimum spanning tree. First of all, we have to remove all the loops and parallel edges. So a loop is formed when an edge connects the vertex to itself. Now suppose we have a vertex A and if there is an edge connecting it to itself like this, so this forms a loop and we have to discard all these types of loops. Now a parallel edge is formed if there are more than one edge between two vertices. Suppose we have a vertex A and B and there are edges suppose like this. So these are called as parallel edges which are to be avoided. Now in case of parallel edges we have to keep the one which has the least cost associated and remove the others. So suppose here this edge is having cost 4, this is having 5 and this is having 9. So we have to discard these both edges as its cost is higher than this one. So the edge which will be added to the spanning tree will be the one with cost 4. So this particular edge will be added to the spanning tree. Now the step second is that we have to arrange all edges in increasing order of their weight. It means we have to arrange the edges in ascending order of their weight. And the last step is that we have to add the edge which has the least weightage. So after this our minimum spanning tree will be ready. So we will take an example to better understand the Kruskal's algorithm. Now suppose we have this given graph. So we will go stepwise and our first step was to remove all the loops and parallel edges. So here we will see if there any loop or parallel edges is present. We can see at vertex C there is a loop present and at vertices A and B we have a parallel edge. So we have to remove this loops and parallel edge. So first of all we will draw all the vertices which are present in our graph. So all the vertices which are present in the given graph are drawn here. Then we have to connect each edge by making sure that no parallel edge or self loop is present. So we can connect edge SA as no parallel edge or loop is present. Similarly we can connect SC, AC, CD, CB, BD, DT, BT. Now a loop is present at C, so we have to discard the loop completely. Here a parallel edge is present between A, B and the minimum cost is C. So we will select this edge and we will discard this edge with the cost 9. So we will just select the one with the cost 6 and mention the cost of the other edges as well. Now comes the step 2. In step 2 we have to arrange all the edges in increasing order of their weight. So we have to just mention the edge and their weight. We will start with the minimum weight first. Now here BD, HBD and HDT have the same weight, so we can select any of the edge and mention their weight. So first I am selecting BD, which has weight 2, then DT with the same weight. Then here AC and CD are also having the same weight, so we can select any of the two edges. Then we can select CB with weight 4. Then comes BT with weight 5. Then AB with weight 6. SA with weight 7. And then SC with weight 8. So our step 2 is complete here. Now we will move to the last step of our Kruskal's algorithm. So in last step we have to add the edge which has the least weightage. So we can add the edges with the help of the table which we have just completed. So we have to add the edge which has minimum weight. Our first edge is BD, which has the weight 2, which is minimum. So we will just add the edge. Then we can add the edge DT, which has the same weight 2. The thing which we have to keep in mind while adding the edges is that we do not have to form the cycle. So we will just keep in mind and add the edges. Then we can add edge AC with weight 3. Edge CD with weight 3. Then edge CB. If we will add edge CB, then it will form a cycle. So we will simply discard edge CB. Then if we will add edge BT, it will form a cycle. So we will skip edge BT. Then adding edge AB will also form a cycle. So we will discard edge AB. We can add edge SA as it will not form cycle. So we will add the edge SA. Then adding the edge SC will form a cycle which we have to avoid. So we will skip the edge SC. And here our minimum spanning tree is ready. Thank you.